This question appeared in AIIMS May 2011 and it talks about CAP in LAC Operon is a positive regulator, a negative regulator, an attenuation, or a constitutive expression. Now, you may be thinking that why I'm discussing these old questions, because again, just to reaffirm that a lot of these questions keep repeating because they're not old questions, they are questions on very, very important concepts and high topic. So I'll keep discussing it, and whenever students solve PYQs, generally in most of the places you will find past 3, 4 years, 5 years by PYQ. I will request, if you are serious about preparation, to go back at least 10 years. So you should not rest till you have solved 10 years of NEET PG, 10 years of AIIMS, and at least 2020 to 25 INICT papers. So let's look at why this question is important. So this question is important because it forms a very, very important part of gene regulation, and all the parts of gene expression or gene regulation of gene expression are high topics by default. So regulation of gene expression can happen at two levels. One is at the level of transcription, which means at the level of formation of the mRNA, okay, or at the level of DNA. When we look at the level of transcription, we have various mechanisms, and again, as I told you, all of these are high yield topics, and this gives you a perspective that what you have to read for this particular section. So induction and repression, this is basically your operon concept. We are going to learn it in detail. Alternate mRNA processing, all the mRNA processing are very high yield topics. RNA editing, mRNA stability, non-coding RNA induced regulation, again I have taught it in biochemistry classes. Epigenetic modification. So all these, you know that these are very high yield topics. And why they are high yield topics? Because they are a part of regulation of gene expression. And at DNA level, if you see, basically gene amplification, gene arrangement, and transposition of DNA. So all these are important, high yield topics. And why they are important? Because they are involved in regulation of gene expression. So let's understand operon concept. So first of all, this is the structure of operon gene. So you have one gene called as LAC I gene. I is for inhibitor. You have the CRE section. You have the promoter. So every gene will have a promoter section. Then you have the operator LAC Z, LAC Y, and LAC A gene. So these are the section of the various LAC operon genes. Now, one very important concept you have to understand here, okay, that this is an example of a polycistronic gene. What is a polycistronic gene? Now, this is essentially seen in prokaryotes. In eukaryotes, you will see a monocistronic gene. So what is a polycistronic gene? What is a monocistronic gene? So if you see here, under one promoter, how many genes are you seeing? You are seeing one gene here, two gene here, three genes. So three genes under one promoter. So this is a eukaryotic structure, and in which one promoter will have multiple genes. So if this promoter is activated, all the three genes will be, transcribed. But in eukaryotes, each gene will have its own promoter sequence. That's why eukaryotic genes are called as monokaryotic genes. So this is a very, very important concept. Remember it. Okay. So as I told you, we have LAC I gene. I is for inhibitor. Okay. Then we have got CRE, promoter sequence, operator, LAC Z, Y, and A. Now all these three genes, okay, we will see what happens. Now before we go into and understand what happens, so what is the importance of this operon in that particular bacteria? So here understand that bacteria can have two important sources of energy. One is glucose and one is lactose. Clear? Now, suppose there are conditions when both can be present. So in a medium, when the bacteria is there, glucose is present as well as lactose is present. There are conditions when glucose is present but lactose is not there. There are conditions when glucose is not there, lactose is there, and there will be condition where both are not there. Okay. So this gene, this operon gene is designed, and we will see the design in a little time, that it is designed to ensure that when glucose is not there and only lactose is there, which means in this condition, in this specific subset, when it is in a medium, when there is no glucose but lactose. So what should the bacteria do? It should produce enzymes so that it can, digest the lactose to generate energy. So in this condition, it will be on. Okay. When glucose is present but lactose is not there, in this condition, it will be off. When nothing is there, then also it should be off. When both are present, what will be the preferred source of energy? When in a media, when both glucose and lactose is there, what is the preferred source of energy? The preferred source of energy will be glucose. So in this, it will be on, but it will be on a very slope. Okay. So we will see how this gene structure, operates, that it achieves this target. So when both are there, it will be on, the LAC Operon will be on, but it will operate in a slow mode. When glucose is there, lactose is not there, it will be off. When glucose is not there and lactose is there, it will be on in a very aggressive mode. And when both are not there, it will be off. This is just to say that when lactose is there, the bacteria should produce enzymes to digest the lactose. Okay, especially more when glucose is not there. So let's see how it is actually achieved. So normally the LAC-I gene is always active. Okay, and it keeps producing these inhibitors which will go and attach to the promoter. And if anything is attached to the promoter, we know that the ribosomes will not be able to attach and there will be no mRNA production, so no protein synthesis. Is it clear? Because if the inhibitor is attached to the promoter sequence. Now, what do we call such kind of gene which is always active? We call it as a housekeeping gene or constitutional gene. Okay. So the genes which were always active is called as the housekeeping gene or constitutional gene. So normally, in normally the bacteria, this gene is always active and it will keep producing this inhibitors which will go and attach to the promoter sequence, and so it will not allow the transcription of these genes. Now what happens when lactose comes? The moment lactose comes, the lactose will bind here, and when it will bind, it will destabilize the inhibitor and the inhibitor will go away. Okay. So in the medium, when lactose is there, even though the LAC-I gene is still producing inhibitors, but it will not be able to attach here because this lactose will act as a destabilizer for the inhibitor. Okay. Now the promoter sequence is open. So all these genes will be transcribed because now your ribosomes can attach here. Is it clear? So what is happening when lactose is there in bacteria? When the medium is having lactose, that lactose will act as a inhibitor to the inhibitor. Okay, it will destabilize the inhibitor, hence opening the promoter sequence, and hence all the genes will be transcribed. So what are these genes? So LAC-Z gene will produce β-Galactosidase, LAC-Y will produce Permease, and LAC-A will produce Thiogalactoside Transacetylase. And again, names have been asked, but in older examinations. So what is the function of this? It will lead to breakdown of lactose. This will lead to entry of lactose, and this will again, lead to entry, or the exact function is not known. So this is what happens when lactose enters into the system. Now, what happens if glucose is low in the body? Okay. So when glucose is low, okay, and lactose is present. So when we know in body glucose level is inversely proportional to the CMP level. Why? See, glucose, if it is low, what will happen? The ADP will be converted into AMP, and the AMP will be converted into cyclic AMP. So whenever glucose is low, cyclic AMP will be high. And this cyclic AMP will now attach with a protein which is already there, that is called as Catabolite Activator Protein. These two will form a dimer and go attached into this CRE segment. Okay, and it's like putting the entire sequence on steroids. So once this attaches to the CRE segment, it actively calls in ribosomes to transcribe this. So what is happening here? Just understand. If lactose is there, only then the promoter will be free. So lactose has to be present. But when lactose is there and glucose is not there, this CRE segment is activated because of the attachment of the cap and the CAMP. And this will increase the rate of transcription. Okay, so this is what is happening when glucose is reduced and lactose is there. Okay, now imagine a situation. So if lactose is not there, then no transcription will happen. Doesn't matter if glucose is there or not, because if lactose is not there, this promoter sequence will always be closed. Okay, now imagine with both glucose and lactose is there. If both glucose and lactose is there, then what will happen? Okay, then what will happen? This will be free. It will not be actively calling the ribosomes. So the transcription will happen, but at a very slow rate. And this is what they want. If both glucose and lactose is there, the bacteria wants to, use glucose as a source of energy and not lactose. So this is here. Another very important question which they've asked on this topic is something called as gratuitous inducer. So these are lactose analogs that can induce LAC Operon. And the example is IPTG. Okay, so this again 1 year they have asked it, so I've included in the slides. So coming to the brain teaser question, so LAC Operon has been asked so many times. Now they are asking questions about tryptophan operon. So for me, you to go and study, I'm putting this brain teaser question so that you can answer it and also study about it. The tryptophan operon is a repressible operon. True or false? If you know the correct answer, write in the comment below. So coming back to this, cap in the LAC Operon is basically a positive regulator, because when the cap will get activated, Catabolite Activator Protein will get activated, it will tremendously increase the rate of transcription of the LAC Operon genes. The correct answer here is positive regulator. Constitutive expression, we know that LAC I gene is under constitutive expression. Okay, so this is a very, very important topic. Multiple questions have been asked, and make sure you save this video so that you can keep coming back to it whenever you have to understand LAC Operon.